Hi Flosstube, it's Jen, also known as Quirks and Stitches. It has been a February. Can I just tell you, like when it rains, it pours. So it has been a tough month for me, and I'm sorry that I haven't been able to get on. I've really wanted to. There have been some things pending that I feel like I have kind of let go because I just wasn't able to get the motivation up to get on here. So I apologize for being a little absent. But there were some things that I wanted to make sure I got on and did today. So I had really been hoping that today was going to be a snow day and I was going to be able to stay in my pajamas and stitch and film and get caught up on life. Ohio weather does not like me apparently. And I thought Ohio winters were going to be like way worse than Pennsylvania, but I haven't had a snow day yet. So I didn't end up getting that to happen. So I got home from work, took a shower, hence the hair, and was like, before we eat dinner, before we do anything, I got to get on. So this is going to be short and just kind of go through some of the things that I need to talk about. So February started, or let's even backtrack before that. So January ended with our 24 hours of cross stitch marathon. And I had mentioned in our last video that we were going to be doing some giveaways for that and that there would be a Google link. It was my intention to hop on and give you the link to that Google page form to tell us if you participated. And then February happened. We ended up losing our cat Mayhem very, very, very unexpectedly. Thankfully, she didn't suffer. It was very, very quick, and it threw both Brandon and I through a complete loop. So we were not expecting that. And then I've been sick, and just other adulting responsibilities have just completely like drained us this month. So that is kind of what happened. So thank you to everyone who kind of reached out on Instagram. We're doing fine. It's just, been a rough year for pets for us. So and they're like our kids. We don't have kids, it's our thing. So anyway, February's been tough, but we're on the upswing, I think. So, wanted to get on, recap about the 24 hours of cross stitch drawings. So we are going to be doing that. I have posted the form link on the Facebook group and on the 24 hours of cross stitch website, but I realized I never talked about it here. And so I didn't want to cut anybody out that maybe only is connected to the community through these videos, and the, community on YouTube. So, I'm going to link below a Google form that will tell you or ask you like 5-6 questions. Your name, where you're from, your email address, if you participated, if you're over 18, you do have to be over 18. And just tell us a little bit about your experience. Please make sure you complete all the required, I don't think it lets you submit them, but like name, location, all that kind of stuff. Things, and tell us if you participate. And we're going to be doing some drawings for some giveaways because we really want to give back to this community because you guys have been incredible to us, and we don't do it every time, but we just wanted to kind of kick off this year with some of that. So if you can go ahead and do that, I'm going to keep the form open. I said on the group it would be accepting responses until yesterday. We're going to keep it open until next week, so we'll keep it open until next Thursday, which is the 20th, I think. Yeah, the 20th. And then we'll do the giveaway sometime during that following weekend. It's my birthday weekend. Seems to make sense to me. So, that's happening. Please go do that below. Don't mention giveaways. Don't mention that kind of stuff in your comments. If you do anything, just go to the forum. That's how you get entered. So, housekeeping number 1, done. Number 2. So, January ended with, the loss of a member of the stitching community and the Flosstube community. And I'm sure you have heard by now that Leanne Lost in Floss of Lost in Floss had passed away. And it hit the community hard. It hit me hard. It hit, I didn't know Leanne super, super well, met her at StitchCon, but was immediately, drawn to her presence. And she just was such a genuine and big part of this community that I think many people felt that loss. So, I was just kind of taking some time to think about how I can respond to that and just embrace what I think she would want in this community a little bit. So back in November, her and Barb had started the Baby It's Cold pattern by by Heartstring Samplery, this pattern, Baby It's Cold Outside. They started it under the hashtag Baby It's Cold Sal, and I had meant to join in. Like, it was like, I've had this pattern, it's been in my like to start pile, and it just keeps getting bumped back. I'm not sure why, because I love it. And so I was all set to start it, and then Jen Stitching ADD just took me somewhere else, and I didn't. And so I was like, you know what, I'm going to do this, because when I look at this now, I think of Leanne and I think of Barb and the friendship that they have. So I want to start this. So we've kind of been talking about it on the 24 Hours of Cross Stitch group. And Julie at Gulf Coast Stitchers was like, can we do a tribute, Sal? And I was like, absolutely. Like, I've got the pattern. I'm kind of ready to go. You know, we can do this. And she's like, well, let's start at February 14th, which is tomorrow. Hopefully this will get up tonight. And, you know, let's see what we can do to give back to the community. So we reached out to Barb and with her permission, asked if we could do something to kind of give back in Leanne's honor and in her memory. So Julie started the hashtag Lost and Stitchy Wishes, where we were encouraging people to, first of all, she was selling the pattern on her shop. I'm sure you've seen about it. And then the proceeds, Beth Twist had donated a whole bunch of them. The proceeds were going to fund giving the wishes to other stitchers. So we were asking for you to post the, you know, any charts. It didn't have to be a unicorn. It didn't have to be any of that, using the hashtag. And then proceeds would be used to spread that. So Julie was incredible with that, and just seeing how far she could get the money that came in. Your response was incredible with this. You know, it kind of, we had no idea that so many people would be interested in this or joining in with us. So we are thrilled to have that happening. There is a group on Facebook. I will link it below for anybody that's participating in the SAL that wants to kind of follow along and join in. And I know Julie has some other things kind of that she's been able to work in. So she'll be announcing through her feeds. You can follow her on Instagram or on her YouTube. And she's also in the Facebook group. So we're excited to start this. And I think just continue to be a part of what makes this community. You know, like, it was a very hard loss for so many of us, and for Barb. And I think I just want to be able to be like, Barb, you still got community. You know, like, it's not... Anyway, I am not good at words, so I'm going to stop. But if you would like to join in with the Baby It's Cold Outside SAL, it is going to be rebooted on February 14th as a continuation of the SAL that Barb and Leanne had started. So that's coming up tomorrow. And if you don't have your stuff by tomorrow, that's fine. Like, you know us. How many projects do I have? We're going to be stitching this for forever. So just... join in when you can. So that's going to be happening. I mentioned next weekend is my birthday. So I'm going to be starting... I love tacos. It's like my thing right now. So I've had this one. I'm on a Beth Twist kick. The Choose Your Own Motto, Sal, all I'm saying is that you've never seen me crying and eating tacos at the same time. It felt fitting for February because there's been a lot of tears. So I am going to have a taco dinner, and I'm going to start stitching this. If you'd like to join me, we're going to use the hashtag Choose Tacos Over Cake at Sal on Instagram, and I'd love to have some people join in. I love this the first time I saw it because it's just like so bright, and so I wouldn't expect it to say that, and I love it. So that's going to be happening. I had a couple finishes. I figured I couldn't hop on and not show some cross stitch. So I did. I don't know. I'm going to see if Brandon can. So Mayhem was, she has an interesting cat. She is totally Brandon's cat. I picked her out. I totally did. Like, she was my choice. But she was the tiniest little kitten I've ever seen. And she was just ornery and mean, and to people that didn't know her. But, like, to us, she was, like, fine. You know, she was nice and stuff. But she does that Halloween, like, rare cat face really well. And I have a picture that's, like, my favorite picture ever. Brandon hates it because it is slightly provoked. However, it is her true essence. So I think it's okay. And I think she understands that. But, we had a friend who was like 6'5", a cop. Like, he would come over in uniform, and he was scared to go to the bathroom because she would guard the bathroom. So, and she was just that strong of a presence. So I will eventually figure out what my memorial piece will be for her, but I decided I was going to finish some pieces this month. So my acrostic was for the 24-hour group. It's leap year 20 is the acrostic going down. I decided to try to pull in Barb and Leanne's Finish It February. So I set some goals to finish some projects. This happened to already be on my list before we lost Mayhem, but I figured it was fitting because this is the picture of Mayhem in her scary right here. And this is the picture or the pattern of the, the Boo. It's Boo to You by Prairie Schooler. It just looks exactly like her. So I worked on this after we got home from the vet and just got it finished that day, and it was kind of cathartic for me. So I'm looking for a pattern. The one I found for Pandemonium was perfect, and I don't want to do I go back and forth because she was my monster, like that's what I called her. And so like Halloween kind of fits because, monsters and dressing up and scary. But I don't know if I want it to be solely Halloween, so I haven't quite found the pattern that I want. She also used to sit like all prim and proper with her legs crossed, so I feel like she needs like a very dignified piece, but I don't know. I'll stitch something else for her, but I was like, that's what I'm working on to process. Very thankful that stitching gives me that processing through. So that was one finish for the month, and then I also knocked out, I was on a Halloween kick apparently, didn't even realize. I knocked out sorry, I need to cut this, first of all, it goes this way. It's the same upside down, though, so it doesn't really matter. This is Hollow Game Board by the Primitive Needle. I love it. And this pattern is going on to Laura, and in Indiana, so that will be coming soon, Laura. I've said that for how long, but I actually got it done this time, so be looking. Yeah, so that's kind of some of my finishes. I set some really lofty goals. Like I wanted to finish the panel in a peacock, unicorn, and a badger. Never going to happen. I wanted to finish the border on his eyes on the sparrow was one of my E's. And I did that. That's done. It was like 5,000 stitches or something crazy that I did on that. And then the lettering is the other one. And I messed up on the lettering. I don't think it's really going to matter. I just have to remember it when I'm reading my pattern. So I maybe done and I was going to do the lettering in the house, but I think I'm changing that to just the lettering. And then I have a couple other pieces that probably all will not get finished, but I figured might as well try to do that. So that's kind of what's been going on here. I apologize again that this is short and that I'm talking fast. My flow is off. It's been a rough month. It'll get better. It's already getting better. It's just, go with the flow, move on when you can. Watson is investigating something. So that's what's happening here. Go to the Google form if you participated in 24 hours of cross stitch. You do not have to have participated for the full amount. Although the people that responded, there were a lot more 24-hour stitchers than there were in the past. So go you. I was so excited to see that. Baby It's Cold Outside Sal Facebook group has the details. I will link it below. Check out Julie's stuff for more information in the Lost and Stitchy Wishes. I do believe the money that came in from the pattern is done now. But you can still feel free to post on the hashtag, and there have been stitchers just left and right that have been granting wishes. So thank you to everyone that kind of ran with this. The intention was really to just see how much stitching love could be sent out. So I hope that shined through. And just be there as a community a little bit more. Continue to be there as a community, I think is a better way to say it, because this community is what gets us through those tough times. And then my birthday sal, if you want to join in, is going to be starting on the 22nd. I'll be starting it then. Again, it'll last forever because I don't know what it's like to finish things. And I think that's everything that I have to talk about today. So just short update. I will be back next weekend to film an actual, we'll do the giveaway then, and hopefully I'll have time to do an actual video then. But you know me and my promises, they never ring true. So that's what's happening. Keep making those X's, and I hope that stitching is bringing you your calm. because I know that's what it's been doing for me this month. So keep stitching, guys.